bud? What's going on, guys? So, obviously I haven't did an update in a long time, so today's going to be a pretty long video. There's going to be a bunch of shit I'm doing. So anyway, let's get started with this. This is just a cheap manifold I picked up. It's a little bit better than an eBay manifold. It's, not many people have probably heard of this because it's hard to even find them online, but Airmass Headers from the States. Sorry, camera fucking is being gay on the zoom part. So anyway, this is the manifold I got, and when I got it, it obviously didn't look like that. So it's been all sanded and it's ready to be actually polished. The only part I've actually polished a little bit is right here, but the polish isn't that good, so I need to get better polish. And my buddy's going to come over with a better polishing wheel and get that all polished. But if you look at those pipes, look at that, and then look at this. That's what it looked like before, but this is the down pipe. It's a little bit worse condition, so it will be a little bit harder to clean up, but it won't be a big deal. So what I'm going to do is get these polished up, get these on the car, because right now all I have is the stock Y7 headers still on with a Z6 head, and yeah, it's just restricting airflow like crazy because the stock Del Sol's in '94 that came with that head, the stock engine came with an exhaust kind of similar to this, just obviously not chrome. Not sure exactly what it was made out of, but it was similar to this. It was the 4 to 2 to 1. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing with this, and I'll show you guys a before and after of this. So that's kind of what it looks like right now. Like, it's bad. So polish that up, make it look like that. Polish this up, make it look even shinier. Put that on the car, and then I'm going to get a before and after sound test, just because obviously the old headers sound like shit, and I want to hear the two-step with these ones, see if I can maybe spit a flame or two. Don't know, we'll see. But anyway. Alrighty, so I figured I'd take a quick little peek at them once they're all finished. This one obviously was a little bit rougher, the 2 to 1 down pipe, than this, because you can see it turned out just a little bit better, but they both look really good compared to what they did before, as you'll see earlier obviously. So let's get outside and do a sound test on the stock ones, and then get these headers put on. Now I'll put these headers on, but the stock headers will probably stay on for today because it's super cold out and I don't really want to change them, but this video is all going to be tied into one anyway, so you guys won't know that. So anyway, but these headers I'm going to put on first. I don't have, there's 3 bolts and I'm missing 1, so I'm going to put these headers on first because right now I have, like I said, the stock headers for the Y7, and it has the big cat on it. So with the chipped ECU, it's running more fuel, and that is restricting airflow. And if once I get these on, it should help settle the air-fuel ratio down just a bit. It just seems like it's a little bit hard to start sometimes, like it's either getting a little too much fuel or not enough spark, but I haven't cleaned the Dizzy cap out. It's an old Dizzy, so it could be anything. Anyway, so these will go on first, and then I'm going to get a sound test because that is what I have on there right now. It's just headers, no downpipe. So that's what this is, and that will be the comparison. Yeah, and then after I do the comparison of that, I'm going to put this on once I get the bolt, and I'll show you guys the gaskets that actually will work for these. And this is an aftermarket pipe, but if you go, oopsies, if you go to Napa or, well, your local parts store or whatever, there is these gaskets. They're crushable ring gaskets. If some of you guys probably know what they are for the exhaust. So let me see here. They just literally sit right in there like that, and they sit up a little bit higher, and the top crushes. This is flat, obviously, so it just crushes, and that gives you your seal. Now, usually when you order these online, they come with like the gasket that sort of looks kind of like a turbo manifold gasket, which is this crappy material here, not the steel ones, the like crushable aluminum ones or whatever. So anyway, that should be a good gasket. Just got to get the other bolt, like I said, and we will see you outside when I start the car up with the crappy headers. See you in a few. Alright, let's do a cold start with the headers. It's in the morning, it's probably like 0 degrees out. Starts a lot better now with the headers. Alright, so also part of this whole swap that I'm going to start with now before I explain the rest is these two wires. These are for VTEC, so you got your one's VTEC solenoid and one's the VTEC pressure switch. I believe it's the blue one. Anyway, so you got to pin that into your connectors on your OBD2 ECU, and then it'll go to your OBD1 or OBD2 to OBD1. Mine's OBD2 B, not OBD2A. And then there's also, if you see this little wire here that's just sticking out, that's the third wire for the idle air control valve that I had to delete. So I had to repin one wire and delete that wire, so it wasn't too hard to make the 2-wire idle air control valve work. Let's go outside. Alright, so that's headers. They're Airmass, they're like a better version of eBay. Okay, so the next part is wiring in your injectors. Basically you just reverse the colors going to the connectors. It's literally how you do the injectors. And then back there's your idle air control valve. You'll have to wire that in, a connector for that. You'll have to wire in a connector for your air temperature sensor down there on the back of the intake manifold. I still got to clean up all my wiring and stuff. So, yeah. Go back inside and I don't know, that's pretty much it to the swap other than doing the head, and I still got to do the timing belt. So in one of the next videos I'll do the timing belt and the oil pan and stuff like that and get a little more into it. But that's pretty much it for the swap. Injectors, use the Z6 throttle body, Z6 intake, Z6 head, cam, or yeah, Z6 cam gear, and the Z6 distributor, which you'll also have to modify the wiring a bit, but that's all online. And if there's any like questions in Pacific, you guys can leave them in the comments and then I can answer those when I'm doing the timing belt. So yeah.